Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Here's your daily news report, fourth stimulus check update, and fourth stimulus package update. A new stimulus check arrives next week for millions of Americans. Please make sure to watch until the end of this video to learn how to enter my $100 Walmart gift card giveaway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. How do you build back better for American families? By learning from the experience that we've had, by learning from the failures of the last 4 years. The Republicans have only one cure-all in their economic medicine cabinet, the tax cut elixir. No matter what the economic weather, they always claim that more tax cuts for those at the top will trickle down to everyone, and that, of course, their tax cuts will pay for themselves. When instead all they do is leave us with a mountain of debt and a divisive void between those at the very top and the rest of America.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that the mere specter of a U.S. default can have drastic consequences for the United States financial markets, and urged Democratic leadership to raise or suspend the debt ceiling as soon as possible. Yellen reiterated that lawmakers have until some point in October before the department exhausts its extended efforts to prevent what would be a historic default. Janet Yellen told Pelosi in a letter, "A delay that calls into question the federal government's ability to meet all its obligations would likely cause irreparable damage to the United States economy and global financial markets. We have learned from past debt limit impasses that waiting until the last minute to suspend or increase a debt limit can cause serious harm to businesses and consumer confidence. It can also raise short-term borrowing costs for taxpayers and negatively impact the credit rating of the United States." Many economists say that the United States default could spark a severe economic downturn and send borrowing costs soaring across the American economy. Despite the dire consequences, lawmakers have made little progress. The ceiling prevents the Treasury from issuing new bonds to fund government activities once a certain debt level or date is reached. That level reached $22 trillion in August 2019 and was suspended until the end of July 2021. The new debt limit includes Washington's additional borrowing since the summer of 2019. The Congressional Budget Office estimated in July that the new cap will likely come in just north of nearly $29 trillion. Asked about Janet Yellen's letter during her weekly press conference, Nancy Pelosi stated that Democrats won't risk the full faith and credit of the United States government. So everyone, what do you think about what's going on in Congress? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below.
The pandemic has only highlighted this gap, as some at the top have had their best year ever, raking in millions, while so many American families were just trying to keep food on the table, avoid eviction, death, and disability. President Biden has recognized that the Republican top-down approach is a failure. The debate over this bill is not about any specific budget number, but about which specific programs can offer the most direct benefit and hope to American families. This legislation begins quite appropriately with children. Paid family leave, which can be used, among other things, for time with a newborn. A child tax credit, recognizing that the joy of having children also is accompanied by significant added expenses, and recognizing the immense personal and economic benefits of early childhood education, universal pre-K, and better quality child care. As opportunities for children and families grow, America will grow and prosper. Now, as Health Subcommittee Chairman myself, my particular concern is health care.
Nancy Pelosi called upon Republicans to support a debt ceiling hike, as Democrats did under the former president, when the federal government accrued more than $7 trillion in debt. Votes to increase the debt ceiling do not authorize additional government spending. An increase allows the Treasury Department to continue to pay for its prior spending, akin to how consumers pay off credit card bills from the prior month. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer declined to answer a question on Wednesday about whether the chamber would add a debt ceiling provision to a continuing resolution. Chuck Schumer stated, "We have a number of different ways we are going to look at getting the debt ceiling done. We must get it done. Since the Treasury Department is not allowed to issue new debt before Congress suspends or increases the ceiling, Janet Yellen and her lieutenants have invoked extraordinary measures to conserve cash and avoid busting the federal borrowing limit. The extraordinary measures allow the Treasury to redeem certain investments in federal pension programs and halt new ones in order to generate cash without raising the overall debt. But when those methods are exhausted, there is no backstop. Unless Congress addresses the debt ceiling, payments on Social Security, Medicare, military spending, interest on U.S. debt, and other obligations simply halt." So everyone, what are your thoughts on the U.S. debt? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. The expanded federal child tax credit delivered about $15 billion in payments to families in the month of August. Those payments help about 61 million children across our nation whose families qualify for these payments. The checks are part of the American Rescue Plan, which was signed into law by President Biden back in March of this year. The next payment arrives by direct deposit on September 15th. People who receive the money by check will have to wait an extra few days for it to arrive by mail. The payment on September 15th will be the third payment in a series of 6 payments. The Internal Revenue Service is distributing the first half of the expanded child tax credit as monthly checks from now until the end of this year. The rest of the money will be received when families file their taxes in 2022. The people who receive the payment next week are the same families that qualified for the payments in the months of July and August. Families had to have at least one child under the age of 18 years old. And families with children between the ages of 6 and 17 years old will get $250 per child. Everyone, the key word for this video is book. Please make sure to comment below this keyword to enter my Walmart gift card giveaway. Thank you so much, everyone. Of course, families will only receive the money if they qualify. The first phase out reduces the child tax credit by $50 for each $1,000 by which your modified adjusted gross income exceeds the income threshold, which is described above that is applicable to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here this morning. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you found some of this information helpful. Please don't forget to enter my Walmart gift card giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below the keyword of the day. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very blessed Thursday.